My guest today is filmmaker Tom McCarthy. His new film, Spotlight, is based on a true story. The film shows how the Boston Globe's investigative team uncovered the massive sexual abuse by the Catholic priests in Boston. The film stars Mark Ruffalo, Michael Keaton, Rachel McAdams, Liev Schriber, and Stanley Tucci. Are you a lapsed Catholic?
Yeah, I think that's safe to say.
Did you say your Hail Marys after you made the film?
I did not. I can still say them on occasion. I still go to church with my family. A lot of my family members are Catholic, and I understand that and think it's quite wonderful. Just it's not for me. It's not something I connect with in that way.
I'm very curious to know why you decided to screen your film in Venice, right next door to Vatican.
That never occurred to me. No. Honestly, in truth, I always just wanted to go to the Venice Film Festival. So this is true. I'd never been as a filmmaker, and it's one of the great festivals in the world. And took my wife. We had a lovely weekend in Venice. And this is in all sincerity. And then when I was there, it really struck me just how Catholicism. Obviously, it's a very Catholic country, Italy, arguably the most Catholic. But, maybe because of the transformation Ireland underwent with the Catholic Church, I thought maybe Italy had undergone a similar transformation, and that was not the case. So it was really a fascinating place to screen the movie and to kind of listen to Italians and how they connected with the movie and what they thought of it. It was just fascinating, and I think it was a great place to have the world premiere.
You made a very interesting statement. Ireland had changed and you thought Italy would change. What about the U.S. and Boston itself? What are the changes that have come after the story was revealed by Spotlight and Boston Globe, and now that your film is made? This is the city that gave us the first Catholic president.
Right. Yeah, look, a lot, right? I mean, the presence of the Catholic Church has been greatly diminished in Boston, the presence and power. It's not to say it's still not a very powerful organization, and it does many wonderful things. But you can just drive around Boston and see all the shuttered churches just to get some sense of that. And it's, just numbers alone don't lie. The Catholics have been leaving the church in droves over the last 10 years just because they don't yet know how to reconcile not only the abuse that occurred, but the subsequent cover-up, and even now how the church refuses to really address the issue head-on. And so I think until the Catholic Church does that, they're sort of making their own bed in that regard. So.
I mean, when is the Catholic Church going to make that change? Maybe with El Papa?
That would be wonderful. We'll see. He's saying a lot of nice things, and I do think he's a really interesting man. He seems like a really interesting guy, and very forward-thinking compared to past popes, certainly Benedict. But actions speak louder than words, and I think a lot of people need to see action, need to see actual change, because until that, the words in some ways are more dangerous, right? Because people sort of hear the nice words and they think, oh, they're listening now and nothing changes, and then kids' lives are at stake.
Your first film was about love, Station Agent, a beautifully made film. This film is about moral bankruptcy and the lack of love, and how, these priests preyed upon innocent kids. What change did you have to make internally to make this film?
Well, I had about 15 years to make that change. But, ultimately, look, I think the movie's in many ways about faith. I think it's about faith in religion, faith in institutions, faith in each other. And I think there is a heart and hope to this movie in the ability for people. Look, this did occur in the most Catholic of American cities. And I do think that change happened in the most Catholic of American cities. And I think that speaks volumes for the city of Boston and for people's ability to change, to address. So the church is going to be a little slower to change, right? It's a massive institution. It's a medieval institution. But I do think people can enact change.
My last question is about the Armenian lawyer, the bulldog lawyer who fought for the kids. What was his reaction to the film? Stanley Tucci plays the role.
Mitchell Garabedian, to the best of my knowledge, he has not seen the movie. I imagine just because we haven't had a chance to screen it for everyone, we're still early in the release, but I think he'll probably see it. I hope he sees it when he's released. I think he comes off very, very well. And he should. He did some really wonderful work on the behalf of the survivors and the families of victims.
Thank you for putting the spotlight on a very important topic.
Thank you. It's been nice chatting.